Scanning for audio.
Hello, welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Still recording in the middle of a field at the edge of a busy road, giving you particularly low quality sound, but please don't hold that against me. This is my only chance I have this week to record with you, and I'd much rather spend some quality time with you than sit somewhere else just waiting. Killing time. Oh, I hate that phrase. I'm going to chat with you about Volume 2 of The War Doctor Begins. That's Warbringer. Warbringer is 3 stories, and they're all gorgeous. Now, also, narratively wise, they're actually backwards. Story number 3 happens before story number 2, and story number 2 is kind of what happens before story... You get it, right? But that doesn't really affect anything. It's because the inevitability of the decline and the disappointment of the War Doctor is so at the War Doctor's characteristically core. He gives up. He ends up destroying his own people. He has to have things really bad happen to him on an almost constant basis. That is the nature of the War Doctor. The Doctor is no more. In his place, a warrior, finally joining the time war between the Daleks and Gallifrey. But how far will he go to end the conflict? What lines will he cross? How much of himself will he sacrifice? The War Doctor is beginning to find out who he is. Now, as we all know, we don't have Jonathan Hurt with us anymore. We do have Jonathan Carley, who is giving us, I can't tell the difference at all between Jonathan and John Hurt. I literally can't. I'm trying. I really am trying. I'm trying to go, oh yeah, but it's gone. Any difference in sound quality is there. Now, it's not just Jonathan, it's also the direction he's been given by, Louise Jimson, because she's pulling out such nuances of performance from someone who is basically starting out as a performer, learning constantly. But the guy's a sponge. He's taking everything on board and giving us something gorgeous, because let's face it, his, not impersonation, his channeling of one of the greatest actors Britain's ever produced is very, very important. It's 3 stories long, starting off with Consequences, then Destroyer, then Saviour. Consequences by Timothy X. Atack, which always sounds like a pseudonym. Then there's The Destroyer by Andrew Smith, and finally Saviour by Jonathan Morris. The War Doctor and Veclin crash on a ravaged planet, on the fringes of the Time War. The world has its own battle raging elsewhere that a survivor works out how she came here. But these newcomers are the harbingers of something terrible following in their wake. It's very, very nice that we're just dropping into this story. We don't even realise that these stories are being told in reverse until much later on, because each story is a unit in itself. Now, this war, this planet that is on a constant war footing and is worshipping and waiting for someone called the Warbringer is great. Because it's exactly the sort of thing the Doctor would do, because although he is the War Doctor, he's still the War Doctor. Now, it's not some sort of Geordie Doctor, is it War Doctor? No, none of that. The Destroyer by Andrew Smith. Trapped on a world that worships war, the War Doctor finds himself fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Could he be the Warbringer of legend? His new aide, Case, is testing her abilities too, and both will be called to fight when the Daleks come. See, the problem is, I don't want to give away any spoilers, and you know I try my best not to do that. Case is a great character, both of her. She's just spot on Excellent performances, excellently thought out, great character, and you are imagining the designs in your head all the time. She's an ideal companion. But then we've got story number 3, Saviour, which is weirdly set beforehand. And the War Doctor has a new companion. Does that one make the list of companions? I think so. The truth of how events on this world were set in motion are revealed. On a mission to destroy a Dalek harvester vessel, the War Doctor discovers a new breed of Dalek. Whatever action he takes next, we have seen the consequences. And are they devastating for everyone? It's brilliant being able to be told in reverse. I can't imagine a TV show being able to do something like this. So, is this a great box set? I love them. I absolutely love The War Doctor Begins. I can't believe Big Finish is getting away with it, and they're not just getting away with it, they're giving us something magnificent. I'm sorry that there's a giant tractor driving past, but as I said, I'm at the edge of a park, huddling under a shelter, just so I can spend time with you. I love this box set, I really do. But judge for yourself, because all of the War Doctor Begins stuff is just great. Here is a trailer. Decide for yourself as always. And until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The War Doctor Begins, Volume 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and
obliterate.
The universe is at war. The Time Lords against the Daleks. In the face of tyranny, one can either fight, flee, or surrender.
You have another purpose, another destiny, as to all of your people.
Slaves to the Daleks? No. Never.
I can help you fight.
No, you said you'd come to save me.
Yes, now sleep.
You lied to me.
No. I just didn't tell you the whole truth.
It's a work of art! Glorious! A work of art!
Fellows, don't you see? Don't any of you see? It's the end of the world!
Big Finish. We love stories.
A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS. That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.